right, what's up, everybody? This is CDUBBS Dubs. I'm Matt.
I'm CDUBBS.
And I'm Jordan.
Before we get started, CW, what do they need to do?
You can follow us by liking and subscribing at winghands.com and Instagram, Facebook.
In case y'all forgot, it's free.
CDUBBS, what is the anime that we're going to be talking about today?
We are going to be talking about Demon Slayer, in particular the Infinity Castle movie, which is still in theaters right now. So please keep in mind that if you have not seen it, we will be spoiling the plot. Alright, the Infinity Castle movie picks up where the Hashira training arc left off, with all the Demon Slayers attacking Muzan and him having them dropped into the Infinity Castle, separated, and have to try and track him down. But along the way, each of them encounter like the remaining upper moons.
Oh, this is officially going to be Tanjiro's run back from the train movie. Because
We're Goku!
Yeah, so I do love how in the movie we have like the different pairings, because they kind of like match well together. You have the Mist and the Stone Hashira, because you basically had like two stoic individuals transition together. You have Mitsuru and the Snake Hashira, who, you know, is just so in love with the Mitsuru, he doesn't even know what to do with himself.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say this. First of all, like I've said before, I've went to the movie theaters. If you are a Demon Slayer fan, a lot of us, you know, we got a little disappointed with the last couple of movies, because it's like, okay, well, you could have just used those for the episode. However, I will say this. I was not disappointed at all.
Oh, no.
From the beginning to the end, it was action. The story itself was good. And I think that a lot of the stuff that we read about in the manga, we saw it on screen, and they did a great job of animating that and translating it to the screen.
Yeah, I think I was very disappointed with like the last two premieres, where it was just like the last two episodes of the previous season, along with like extended opener for the season. I'm glad that this movie is like a decent chunk of like the Infinity Castle arc, with like no repeats from like the previous season.
Shinobu versus Upper 2, because massive spoiler word coming in 3, 2, 1. Shinobu dies.
Right.
And you think that, okay, Hashiras, they tend to only live till they're like late 20s. So you would assume that the Stone Hashira, who was the oldest, he was going to be the first one to die. No. Shinobu is the first one to go, and you can just, by her flashbacks, you can just feel the emotion in that whole fight. Like, she was waiting for this whole day to happen, and she couldn't avenge her sister, and it's a very hollow end for her.
One part that I did look forward to seeing was Alzak's backstory. I feel it was really well handled in the movie, even if some people felt it was too long, but I think I didn't really notice, because I was just like really engrossed.
The Upper 3 backstory, I think it was kind of necessary.
Oh yeah,
because you kind of understand, like, he had a reason to become a villain.
Oh yeah, this man has the most justifiable crash out in history.
Because it's like, okay, he was a criminal, but he wasn't a criminal because he was evil. His father was sick, right? Mm-hmm. His father was sickly, and he was trying to take care of him, and he literally watched his father die, and then he got took in by, you know, his master
Channing Tatum,
and you know, Channing Tatum. And I was so shocked that they even did it.
Honestly, I thought that was a meme, but no, they actually got Channing Tatum in the film.
And I'm tripping. And so he goes in there, and he beats him up, and he takes care of his daughter, and he basically he did for his master's daughter that he couldn't do for his father, which was nurse her back to health. And
then in the process, she confesses her love for him, and then they get, you know,
and he's shocked. He like, you know, I get to be happy, you know. And then all of this changes, Jordan. They poison
the master, and then they kill the daughter, and he goes up into, because it's like a rival school. Yeah, it's like a rival school that did it. So, and he just lays waste. I'm talking hands to face.
My man, when we talk about hands like lethal weapons, this dude never used one sword. He used his fist.
And this, however, brings him to where he meets Muzan, who says, I can help you get stronger.
But you know what the crazy part about this? Muzan said, I thought a demon did this.
Right.
And I didn't even tell them to do it. And he said, and I found you. And he said, no, you becoming a demon.
He was like, ooh, I likes you, little boy. I likes you.
But he says, you know, you see how, you know, Muzan basically, once he transforms into a demon, he forgets all about his father, his wife, and his master. and his whole entire goal is now I have to become stronger. He don't even know why he has to become stronger.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of resonates more as to why he offered Rengoku the opportunity to become a demon, because he saw how much potential that Rengoku has, and he didn't want that whole potential to be thrown away because of morality. But Rengoku kind of had saying that no, morality is the reason why we get stronger.
Yeah, I thought that fight was pretty good. I did. Talking about flashbacks of drag, I actually kind of felt that way about like the Tanjiro's flashback mid-fight where he remembers about what his father showed him with the bear.
Which is like the most awe-inducing moment from the movie.
And it's kind of like, he's like, I want you to remember this. And he's like sickly and...
Remember how well we ate that night.
But it's crazy because you see how Tanjiro's father... He's a very peaceful man, but there's this sense of he can kill anybody he wants to, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do it. He only kills when it's necessary.
Yeah, so you see how even the technique that he showed Tanjiro, he cut the bear twice so quickly, and he just laid it on the ground, and then he says this. But then when he fights Upper 3, when Tanjiro like figures this out, Tanjiro like putting hands on him.
Right. The MVP of that whole fight was Giyu, because this man was pulling stuff out of the rear end so much. Like, his sword was broken, and he was still using it.
Say it with me, Jordan.
Zenitsu.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I can say it right now. He pulled out something that they could have let him be this the whole entire series. It's like
this dude went from crybaby to finally locked in.
And it was like, you made my master kill himself. He died alone. And it's like, he set him up. This guy knew all their forms. And you kind of like, in his fight, you realize why his master made him one of the candidates to take on the technique.
Right, because I do love how Zenitsu can only use the first form while his rival can only use the other forms except the first one. Right. Which then adds on because the master says Zenitsu can actually evolve the first form beyond what it used to be. Because we've seen that plenty of times throughout the whole series.
He's the one who actually taught Tanjiro how to run faster.
Right.
Like he has like, I don't know what it is. It was this particular time, instead of him getting knocked up or falling asleep, he was awoke and he was like, I'm gonna kill you.
Something I was looking forward to seeing. It's actually interesting because there was a fan animation a while back of like the final strike of that fight, and I actually kind of felt the fan animation made it a bit more cinematic, but I still did like how it came out. Also, one thing I do want to comment on is I do appreciate how the anime did build up Kaigaku more, because in the manga he does kind of come out of nowhere, and also they also make it clear that he was the orphan that put out the incense and tried to steal from the money box in Hijima's backstory.
Okay. And another highlight we have to point out is when Upper 3 got his head cut off, this man grabbed it and just wheeled himself, because we all know that when a demon gets his head cut off, that's it, they're dead. But no, this man just said, through sheer willpower, I'm gonna live. But then he only dies via just beating the crap out of his own body.
Because it's apparent that he remembers his family.
Right.
He remembers. And he's like, no, this is not what I wanted to be. You know, I just wanted to avenge I always just wanted my family.
I never wanted pink hair.
And the fact of it is the way he beats himself up so he can't heal again. And Muzan is just like, don't you die. And it's like, he's the first demon that was like, no, even if I die, you gonna die with me. I would have been scared. Like, in a situation like that, what do? You cut the man's head off. He's growing another one. His head is completely gone.
Right.
Yeah. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have Kaigaku, who, let me know, he is Upper Moon 6, even though Upper Moon 5 is open. So that just says something about how much of how lame he is in comparison.
Right.
But this is all of the time that we have today. But I want you to do like what Jordan say. If you've seen a movie, what was your favorite part of the movie? What was your favorite fights, or whatever else? What you liked or what you did not like about it, or whatever else? And comments. We do want to say we do read your comments and we try to reply to them as much as possible. And thank you for all of the views that we've been getting on the shorts and things like that. We appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And CDUBBS, if they would like to hear more talk about anime or anything anime related, what do they need to do?
You can follow us by liking, subscribing at linkedin.com, Instagram, Facebook.
And remember, it's free.